would never happen here assumption. But as we progress through these times, it seems more and more prudent to employ 10th person thinking and legitimately ask, are they related? Are these policies implemented by governments under the radar of our media a concept proving testing ground for what comes next for us? China's social credit system is an obvious example. This is a call to everyone to consider the far-reaching impact of this legislation and the quiet onslaught taking place against our liberty, way of life, and democracy from multiple fronts. Government overreach and mission creep has been demonstrable over the past 19 months, with no reason to believe this will stop in the future. We are beyond the point of political tribalism or division by our health choices. This affects every single one of us. The course correction needed is not only possible, but easier than we may think. It just requires awareness and, crucially, the will to take action individually and collectively. I want to close by offering some simple but powerful solutions. We must seek out legal and scientific perspectives that balance the incessant asymmetrical mainstream narrative to discerningly move out of fear.
Everybody's different, fine. You have to find your own pathway, but please do that because, the scripture says faith is the substance of things hoped for and not yet seen. And I can't tell you how many times I've spent fighting with Mr. Global, where I was completely in the corner. It was absolutely hopeless. My lawyers said, you have to settle, you have to concede, you have to quit. And I said no. And as soon as I said no, suddenly an option that wasn't there got created. It's the power of intention. And science, in fact, has shown us that intention can change material reality, including at great distances. And that is the power that we have. So
most importantly, we must unify. We must listen to each other and not allow polarization and prejudicial collective nouns to shut down our discussions before they've even begun.
I just want to end the way I end many Solari reports. You have to understand, I spent my whole life until the time I was almost 50, basically as a conspiracy foot soldier. I was raised to believe that conspiracies were great. They were wonderful things. You got a group of people together and you came up with a plan and then you ran around in secret and you got them implemented because the future is built through transactions. You have a vision and then transactionally you build into it by building businesses or building projects or building all these things. We thought of conspiracies as wonderful, and it wasn't until I got kicked out of the establishment that I discovered that people thought conspiracies were bad. It was like, well, wait a minute, most conspiracies are legal. You just sneak around and you have to do them in secret. And so I realized, well, how are these people going to build a future if they think conspiracies are bad? Because we have to get together and organize and transactionally build our future. So I always ended the Solari report by saying, don't ask if there is a conspiracy. I mean, you don't have to ask now, it's pretty obvious, right? Don't ask if there is a conspiracy. If you're not in a conspiracy, you need to start one.
Common law is as old as the earliest civilizations. It has always been the basis of all laws that a society and/or community agree to be governed under. On January 1, 1901, the Supreme Common Law of the Land, the Commonwealth of Australia Constitution Act became law, uniting the 6 British colonies into an indissoluble federation of 6 states led by a federal government. However, because the political parties have massively betrayed us, they have gradually been destroying our rights and freedoms while imposing ever more draconian control over we, the people of the Commonwealth of Australia. But people are waking up as they see the terrible results of allowing these political liars, thieves, criminals and traitors to take away our rights. Common law assemblies are starting to create a new society growing up within the shell of the old. People are uniting in common law assemblies to create local governments, courts and management systems that replace the existing corporate political party structures. The assemblies are lawful legislative bodies where all people can introduce, debate and enact laws for their own communities. These laws are then enforced by common law courts and sheriffs elected by and answerable to the people. This process of returning power to the people will span years, but it begins today when 12 or more men and women sign a charter to establish and maintain a common law assembly.